drive into a wall and see what happens?
Subscribers, put a like and I will kill him.
One of the biggest things missing from racing simulators are G-forces. Well, Gravitom, who were at Simracing Expo 25, aim to solve that problem with their futuristic yet somewhat medieval servo-actuated G-force torture simulator. Now, I was forced by a strange man to give it a go, and these, in this video, are our first impressions. Remember to subscribe so you can enjoy unsubscribing, click the like button, and of course, a huge thank you to all our sponsors of Simracing Expo that allowed us to do this and have to put up with weird men that think that ACC's got good force feedback.
Yeah.
Before I could comment on what it feels like, we first had to get inside the Gravitom.
Over here. Oh my god, you're so flexible, man.
It smells nice in here.
Nice.
This is the left and right here.
And got plug the one into my bottom.
Come on, yeah!
Every hole's been
Oh my
plugged.
god.
And the nose and the mouth.
Not
This is
yet.
supposed to be a kid's hour. Should we take it in the middle?
You said it, not me.
Oh, come on! Again, a tight fit. Shut up!
Needless to say, it was a fast and seamless process, with Aris enjoying my company more and more as time went on. Let's now tell you what it's actually like to use.
So, as you can probably see in the video, there are cables pulling on the helmet, and but also, well, it's all pulling. So as I brake, I feel like my head is pushing forwards. As I turn right, my head's being pulled to the left, and then when you straighten up, it all sort of relaxes and being squished to the side. But accelerated as well. You pull back a little bit, but it's not as aggressive as the braking. When you're braking, you really are having to pull your head back a bit. So quite interesting actually. It's not. They've obviously linked it up to the sort of G loading of the vehicle as you go through, and really does give you that sensation. If you've been in a race car, like obviously faster cars, it's less so in like road cars, but if you've ever had the chance to have a lap in like a Radical SR3 or maybe a GT4 car, it's sort of moderate G-forces, not much, but go-karts actually through tight corners, that's probably a good reference. You know, your head does get pulled left and right a bit, but obviously in a go-kart you're shifting left and right quickly, so this is actually doing more of the sort of sustained stuff that you get on a full-size track. We're also getting some texture as well coming through the curbing on our head, which is quite nice.
Obviously, what you're experiencing here is absolutely validated to be exact forces for a GT3 car. And a GT3 car usually has almost 2 G's braking forces and generates around 1.8, 1.9 lateral, depending on the curve and the turn. They are not that much fast accelerating, so you don't get more than 0.5, 0.6 Gs, which obviously goes lower and lower as you go up with speed. I can see that now you start also driving more naturally.
Can I drive into a wall and see what happens?
Yes, you can. Obviously, we will not give you the full G-forces, we will not strap your head out. It's going to cap to a point, but you are going to get a good slap.
Okay, let's go for a...
Maybe try a slight brush and then go straight on if you want.
Okay, slight brush. Hang on. Let's, okay, right. Ow! Okay, that's pretty brutal. If you're racing online and someone drives into you, you would, oh, fuck. Ow! Ow! Okay, now let's go for head on. Oh dear.
It's great that you enjoy this.
Here we go. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I mean, probably a lot less worse than the real thing. So interesting as well, I think, which I'll obviously have had to have thought about with this, is to have the forces applied to you, but to also have it that when the forces aren't applied to you, how the motors will not resist your head movement. So obviously they'll have actually really cleverly designed the joints and the attachments and the string arrangement so that you can still move your head around with it feeling moderately free. Now obviously in a real GT3 car you would be wearing a hands device, and so that actually restricts your helmet. You actually still get quite a bit of movement with a hands device on anyway, but you don't. They've done a really good job of allowing it so that you, especially pitch, there's no real resistance. You wouldn't notice it over your helmet. When turning your head left and right, like you can feel a bit of resistance, but nothing crazy. Like it's not off-putting. And then in terms of translation, that's completely free for you to move your head around, which is fascinating. Actually, really well done. I think it's probably something that's could be quite a tricky thing to get set up. So it's quite interesting, that I think.
Now, I was so immersed in this rig, I had no idea what was going on around me, and I kind of felt like I was doing some bizarre VR live stream. And I have to say, this rig was absolutely incredible. Just the way that you feel G-forces, as close as I've ever felt in the simulator to that in a real car. Now, I can't be completely positive. I will say there are obvious things with this that they can improve on. I think the resolution of how those G-forces are applied could be slightly improved and tweaked. It didn't feel exactly like how your head moves around in a fast race car, but it was really close enough that it was super impressive. Separate to that, obviously this is just their trade show rig, and they're really focusing on the way that their head component of this operates, but you could combine this with other types of motion, seatbelt tensioners, and then I think the illusion would be sold really well, and you would literally have the most immersive and pretty similar to real world driving rig that I think could be possible. And then I think the real value of this rig is where it comes into driver training, neck strength building, and driver development. And it could really help with getting rid of that tedious neck strength developing process, but also use scientific methodology to build up neck strength in the fastest and most efficient ways possible for people that are looking to go into faster race cars, or maybe do endurance racing, or just do anything that requires you to actually build those neck muscles up. I would say as well, from a training perspective for real drivers, another thing that this rig does really well is it's giving you that kind of overwhelming sensation that you get the first time you go into a real faster car. And then the skill is to be able to filter out the information that's not of any use. In many ways, lots of the G-forces and vibrations, filter out all the stuff that's not of use, and then as a driver be able to focus on the things that are of use. And so this headset can be used again in a training environment to really help develop a driver much faster than if you had to sit next to them in a race car.
Can you explain what's going on? We've got this panel over here, is this for all the individual motors?
It's just to make people go, wow. No, not really. So we thought that because it is so important to make the levers be absolutely centered with your helmet and on the correct angles, and because we knew that we would come into the expo and we would have so many people of different sizes coming in to try it, we thought, why moving the driver? It's going to be really hard. So what we do is we sit the driver in, up and down, left and right. We can move the pedals, come to you, the steering wheel comes to you, and everything gets aligned properly with the lasers of the correct.
That raises a really interesting point. This is a thing that a lot of people don't appreciate with motion rigs in general. It's like the point of movement, like the rigs below you, above you, the pivot point, all these things are like, that gets so stupendously complicated, especially in terms of then how you actuate the movement within those systems. But then with this, you think of all that, but then it's on the neck, and then there's certain ways you shouldn't move your neck. so that's awesome. I'm looking around, you can see all the stuff. It's all electronically moves.
Yes.
You don't. Alice isn't there going.
No, exactly. No.
Absolutely fascinating, really interesting. Really appreciate you taking the time.
I appreciate your time
It is a
to
shame.
thoroughly test it.
It is a shame that Aris has somehow managed to get me to play Assetto Corsa Competizione against, but I don't think he's tricked me. We did cure ourselves though with some LMU afterwards, but no, it was really fun, and I think the force feedback wasn't that prominent from the wheel, it wasn't really the focus point. And it's very interesting what you could feel from the headset, but hopefully you could get a little gauge of what using this was like from the video. I doubt it though. Sadly, with motion and VR, you have to try it for yourself. So a big question that audience people probably want is, where are they likely to next see you with this?
We don't even know. For sure, in our headquarters, by the way, Yaga that is now filming you, we have 2 of those in their headquarters, and this is where the development takes place, and this is where we welcome, you know, professional drivers, professional content creators to come and try it. We don't know yet what the next plans is, where to showcase it. Definitely we are more interested in focus on doing partnerships with racing teams or car manufacturers and professional drivers and take it even to the next level if possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow,
Well,
awesome.
you will know at some point that, hey, I will tell you, we're going there.
Okay, then I'll let you guys know when you'll get a chance. That's probably the best way of doing
hitting
it.
your door
Yeah.
under. Yeah. No problem.
Thank you, really
Thank
appreciate it. Great to see Aris. Thanks guys for watching this. Hopefully you got an idea of it. You need to try it to really fully see what it's like. But till the next video, happy tea drinking, take care, and goodbye.